Joining us now in a Bloomberg exclusive is Matt Carstens. He is Landus Chief Executive Officer. Now, Landus, of course, is Iowa's largest farm cooperative. Out with the news today that you're forming a new company called Conduit that will seek to bring digital solutions to farmers through an open platform. Just walk me through, of course, the launch of this platform and how you decided to do this.
Well, it really comes back to, how do we really take the established and long-standing history that is agriculture and really move it into the future. As Abigail was talking about some of those results from companies that we support to the farmer, there's got to be evolution here that happens, and at a faster pace than where it's at. So Conduit is really taking our established business as Landus, which has over 5,500 farmers that own our cooperative, and taking the best of that and moving that over to be a part of what we can do with Conduit, where it's really more of an asset light, but technology and digital heavy, and meeting that farmer where they're at on their journey and helping them move forward. So giving our farmers multiple options from the traditional cooperative side, as everyone knows, and what we do to support those agribusinesses with our farmers, but then moving and giving them an option to also use more of an asset technology heavy that includes a state-of-the-art fintech platform and really evolving the e-commerce side of agriculture.
So walk me through how this compares to past similar sort of setups. I know that the Farmers Business Network, for example, it struggled a little bit. What sets Conduit apart?
Well, I think what's going to set Conduit apart, because we have had a lot of attempts, whether it's on the full service side or more of those companies that you cited. And what you're going to see is the cost to entry is extremely high at ag retail and serving that farmer. And there's a lot, again, history that goes into what our farmers do and how they do it. So how we change that is really putting the best of both together and using the strength of what Landus has done for many, many years and many mergers that led to the size and scope of Landus, and taking that across the Midwest now with the invention of e-commerce, fintech, and really changing that asset model to really lighten that and be more competitive for the farmers at the farm gate. So I think the difference here is really putting the best of both together, and again letting our farmers decide which pieces they want to buy from which side of their business, which is exciting when they get to be back in the center of the discussion and have their voice heard more loudly and clearly across all of agriculture, like you talked about in the opening.
Well, in addition, of course, to farmers, I'm curious who else you would welcome into this effort. For example, when it comes to investors, are we talking about big ag giants? Is that a sort of cohort that you would be looking to court here?
Yeah, initially it's going to be Landus having majority ownership and other farmers that want to engage beyond the 5,500 farmers that own Landus today, and then some employees. But absolutely, Katie, as we go forward, we recognize that there will be needs more than likely to go beyond that. And as long as there's a like-minded investor or other partners that can come along, we're absolutely excited to open that door and create an open platform where everyone can become a part of Conduit that again believes in the vision and putting that farmer first.
Okay, so we have Conduit, of course, has launched. We'll continue to track how that performs. Let's talk about the broader industry, though, when it comes to farmers. Sure. And, of course, what they're challenged with right now and also what they're investing in. I'm wondering how you're seeing the outlook for farmer participation when it comes to things such as the carbon markets, for example.
Well, I think as I think about our farmers, there's a lot of challenges. One is you can see the price decline of what they're getting paid for soybeans, for corn, for some of the livestock like pork. But yet, when you go to buy those as a consumer, those don't exactly tie out. So without a doubt, you're seeing a change there. Another piece that's in that is the cost of interest rates, and that's why our fintech platform with Conduit will come out with 0% interest right from the start, and for the unforeseen future as we go forward and take that. But the last area is absolutely, and I think there's a bunch of excitement today of hopefully the announcement of the changes to the GREET model and how farmers can participate in that, because they have to understand what the consumer wants. Wherever their crops or livestock are going, they've got to understand that path to the consumer and be able to meet the needs of the consumer today. And they want to do that. Our farmers are the original conservationists, and they want to take those steps, but we've got to have a clear path. So there's excitement there, but there's also a lot of complexity around understanding the GREET model, what qualifies, what doesn't, and how farmers can monetize those great actions they've been taking and continue to evolve those and improve that and get that connection down to the consumer as well. So there's a lot to unpack there when the excitement comes out today with GREET being announced.
Well, you also mentioned, of course, corn, you mentioned soybeans, and given that, we're in the thick of spring planting season, I'm wondering how that's shaping up, of course, when it comes to some of the grains, especially. We've seen a lot of volatility.
Well, there is a lot of volatility there, and then there's some weather challenges we see, particularly across the Midwest with a lot of drought. But I would say I saw some reports coming in that I think, like in Iowa, Illinois, seems to be around 10% ahead of planning, which is good to see. We're starting to see some more rainfall come, although some storms have came through as well. We saw that on Thursday and Friday of last week, particularly in eastern Nebraska and on into western Iowa. So, you got to take all that into account. But the season is starting off well, which is good, but we got a long ways to go to get crops in the bin and livestock fed too.